Hello, I'm Suzanne Spooner, QHHT Practitioner, and I'm here today with my colleague Maria Eugenia Perez. And we are here to answer some commonly asked questions about people who want to experience a QHHT session.
So we're going to help them a little bit just to know about all this magnificent technique we have. Suzanne, usually the people want to know how to find the right practitioner.
Oh, right. Yes, that's usually the very first question is how do I find somebody close to me, or how do I find the right person that can give me a great QHHT session? And we make that actually really easy. Probably the easiest way for people to start the process of finding a practitioner for them is going to the websites, and on there is a page on each website called Find a Practitioner. And they can enter in the information about their city or where they're willing to travel to. From that point, they can see the practitioners and find out a little bit about their contact information, if they've completed level 1 or level 2 or level 3, and contact those practitioners directly and set up an appointment that way.
And how do they know if this technique, QHHT, is right for them?
Well, I think if they found themselves wondering, then that's probably a good indication that they're ready for it. It's a big experience, and it has the potential of being a big life enhancer, a game changer. It's something that can be so beneficial to solving some very big problems, challenges, health issues in their life. So if they just have an open mind, and many people have heard about Dolores Cannon and read her books and seen her YouTube clips, and they're just fascinated by the results that we see in each of the sessions, and they want to experience them themselves. So I just think if there's a desire to open up their hearts and their mind to realize that they're the ones that have all answers within, and we as practitioners are just the ones that are guiding them into that deep state of hypnosis where they have access to those answers.
That's absolutely right. And how many sessions do the people need?
Well, that is such an amazing, wonderful question, because they just need one, right?
Yes.
This isn't like traditional hypnosis where they have to keep coming back or being dependent upon their hypnotist. The way this process is designed is that it's just a one-time session. We're recording them while they're in that deep state of hypnosis, and that recording is what they use to carry on the information and the healing that occurs during the session, and to give them guidance to move forward in their best way. But one thing that I'd like to mention is that sometimes on practitioners' websites, they may mention that they do sessions via Skype or remotely, or that sessions last sometimes 3 hours or less. And we really kind of want to touch base about that, because that's not a good thing, is it, Maria? With the Skype sessions, we don't feel comfortable with that. Dolores was very adamant that we never do remote sessions. And it's hard to do that, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's really hard. And what will be the problems about doing Skype sessions, just to let the people know?
Well, the problem with doing a Skype QHHT session is that this is a very personal journey. Probably, one of the only times that a client will open up with their deepest worries and concerns and fears. And there's a need to be in person while that information is coming through, and to be supportive. Now, when we get into the hypnosis part, there's many, many subtle things that we're watching on their body and listening for, and you want to be there with them to help guide them through all of it. And oh my goodness, if internet connection went down or the phone went down, I would, if I were a client, I would feel really in kind of a discombobulation there, because I'd be just kind of left on my own to drift out of it, and then what happened, and I personally cannot recommend that this ever be done via Skype or remotely. And then, sometimes I've seen people saying that a session can take only up to 3 hours. And do you find that? Because I don't find that.
No.
How long are your sessions
My
typically?
sessions are very long, about 6 hours. It could be 5:30, but sometimes it's a little longer than 6 hours. So I just don't understand how.
Yeah, and I think it's, those people that probably are saying you need to have more than one session because they're not doing a full session, really,
Exactly.
when it gets down to it. But, a session consists of talking with the client for 1, 2, or 3 hours before we even get ready for the
Yes,
hypnosis part,
exactly.
right? So there's 3 hours.
Yes, the 3 hours.
And then usually they're going to be under for about 2 hours. And then we're going to be talking for a little while after the session to see what they recall, because
Exactly.
sometimes it's not a lot, and maybe let them listen to a little bit of their session and hear how amazing the journey was for them and what it was like to hear themselves answering their own questions in such a deep and profound way.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know how you do that really in less than 5.5 hours.
Yes. Yes.
So that would be something to think about. You want to make sure that your practitioner isn't cutting the session too short. Never, never, never should a session be done remotely or via Skype. It needs to be one-on-one. And have an open mind and great hope that you're going to get all of the answers to your questions and healing for your body.
Thank you, Suzanne, for answering all those questions that people really are interested in.
Yeah, it's great work, isn't it? It's
Yes,
a lot of
it is.
fun.
It's a lot of fun.
Thank you.
Thank you.